Hello, welcome to another Board Deck and Dice First Play. We have been playing Ruthless, Legends of the Black Flag from Alley Cat Games and designed and illustrated by Roland McDonald. Not Ronald, as I accidentally called him during the unboxing. So this is a deck builder, kind of a slow burn deck builder and set collection game where each round it's a bit different to other deck builders. You're playing usually 1 to 3 cards at a time, depending on what they are and what you want to do, and you're taking what's called a command action. So if you play treasures, you can play as many as you want and you get that amount of coins. So in this game, the coins aren't abstracted into just like in Star Realms or Shards of Infinity. It's just on the cards. You don't actually have tokens. This, you actually physically take it off. Because like you did, mid-game, I think you were in a pretty good position.
I was.
Until you didn't. Obviously, you didn't clock that I was buying a lot of blues.
No.
Look at this straight. It doesn't even fit on the camera. Oh, that can be any number. So I got 1 to 8. Bush. And a pair of 3s, just because why not? So command actions are trading in treasure for coins. Brawl, which lets you use your basic card to brawl, which bunts out one of those, which actually becomes quite important, I think.
Yes.
Like if you'd have bunted out that 7 at the end there.
Yeah, I chose the wrong card.
Yeah.
Well,
I hadn't played the 5 at that point,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know. And that's the other thing, because you're playing one at a time. There's the order you play them in terms of what do you want to buy, so how fast do you want to get the money. But what you buy sends a signal to the other player about what, because it stays face up in front of you.
But because also your cards aren't always on show throughout the entire game, you do have to remember what your opponent has bought in previous rounds.
I mean, this helps a little bit because you can kind of remember, they did a pair, was it 3s, was it, what was the straight, what was the flush? I had done a blue flush before, but even I was surprised because I used the power of another card to pluck that one out. I didn't have that 5. Oh no, the 5 was in there. I didn't have one of the joining numbers, and then I was able to buy the 7, something like that, and I was like, I didn't even realise I had 1 to 6 already, and then the 7 and the parrot were in there, weren't they? So I did just go blue cards, which is obviously quite strong if it works out. That could have stayed in my discard pile. But the powers are really... I'll be honest, when I read the rules, I was like, how's this going to work? When I was explaining it to you even, I didn't really get it. But the key is all these powers work really well, and they all have a use.
So you use them for the first go.
Yeah, we had to reset because you get to use the power even when you buy it, because when you buy it, it doesn't go straight in your discard pile, it goes in front of you and you can buy 3 per round, but you get to use this white power. The other thing the kind of basic cards let you do is take plunder, white power. The white don't get any better. And when you take one of these, you can either sell it for the black value or put it into your discard pile, and when you play it with other treasure, you get that effect down there, which is often money, but sometimes extra cards as well. And that's a very difficult choice, because money is sort of tight unless you like, that's why I say you saved and you were suddenly able to buy a couple of quartermasters, which are quite powerful, as long as they have kind of synergy with your rest of your thing. I mean, did you get 2 6s? Yeah, so we both won 2 of the rounds essentially, but it was really in the achievements that I started burying cards, which again helped me get these out, because I buried all my...
I think that's where I failed, because I didn't bury enough cards.
I buried my rubbish ones.
Yeah, I would have liked, if it would have been nice to have had my quartermasters coming out towards the end, because they're the ability of getting more cards into your hand, and that is very, very important.
Well, with these, I just thought, yes, you can get a plunder, but by that point, I picked up a couple of cards that let me plunder, and actually... It was more useful drawing from my deck again. So yeah, it's really, compared to how I thought I was going to like it on the rules explanation, when we played it right, and once we got past the first 2 rounds, which you can only win 1 point in, and
which I think is quite good.
That's actually. Because because someone could get a really fluky, get a 3 of a kind, and all of a sudden they've got 6 points.
Especially for new players.
That's
really good.
So the first 2 rounds, you can only win 1 point each if you've got 4 points from your poker hand. But that's a really clever mechanic to keep it, like you say, fair, and it means you can play the first 2 rounds saying, yeah, you kind of want to get cards that go into poker hands, but also for the powers, and they're not going to be too far behind. I mean, it was 29, 22, so it's not a massive swing. It's one of those 6 pointers, isn't it? And then the other thing you have is you bury your cards. It's focusing on your face, not the token.
It's not a good thing.
So this is worth 1 point at the end, which is a lot in this game, I will say, actually. 1 point is a lot. But I wish I'd used that early on. The second round, I wish I'd used that to ditch my rubbish cards and get a reshuffle so I could get my cards going a bit faster. So that's quite nice to have that 1 use power. So that's Ruthless. Different enough, certainly from first play, different enough deck builder. Not really like anything got in my collection. I've got some slow burn deck builders, but this is kind of a medium burn, I would say. You are drastically changing the shape of your deck, but it's kind of like almost like engine building your deck, isn't it? I guess that's what deck buildings are really. But
I do like the artwork as well. It's really vivid and it looks right.
And it's one of those where the same guy does the artwork as does design the game. So yeah, that's been Ruthless. We enjoyed that one. Thanks very much to Alley Cat Games, and we will see you next time on Board, Deck and Dice.